Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are Extrication Fitness, and this is the Untapped Podcast.
I think that might be it. I don't know why that got me so hyped. You're like, ladies and gentlemen. I was like, whoa, like this. I was like,
unexpected.
Yeah,
I had that like
fired
up.
Like,
I'm gonna see how you react.
Yeah,
to this.
I was like, I'm like watching a Super Bowl right now or something like that.
The octagon.
Right. What a beast.
He'd be a sick guest to have.
He will be in future.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely.
But just literally we'll have him on just because we love his voice.
Right.
Which I guess is what he's paid for. So
true.
But
that'd be quite the deal, like just to make money off of your voice.
Oh man.
I mean, I guess that's what full-time podcasters do.
Yeah, really. You said that, and I was like,
Yeah. I was like,
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
we have
pretty
goals
sweet.
to get to that.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, literally his voice.
Yep.
You know. But anyway, what's going on, man? It's been a couple days.
I mean, a good workout today, but in general, I think this week's been good, other than, me and my shit yesterday, of course, but inside the whole thing. But,
right.
Yeah, so I know you went to Lyft, which is,
Yeah. Peyton and I, we
beautiful
tried
place,
out Lyft, yesterday, which was Thursday. But it was sick in there.
Yeah.
It was a sick gym. It was a little bit smaller than what I was imagining, but it wasn't like, you didn't feel like cramped.
Yes,
in,
yeah,
like
that's why I feel like it would too.
And it wasn't like your typical just square,
Yep.
Like it was a cool layout. The red, like everything was branded to the lift. It was red. The dumbbells, like they have two different sets of dumbbells. Obviously, like the thick grip, which was cool.
Yes,
dumbbells. Like 5 or 6 squat racks?
Oh yeah, branded. 5. Yeah, that was what sold me, is the squat racks on it. Yeah, if any of you train, especially with squat racks, Lyft STL in Brentwood, Missouri. Right. Amazing place. Great place.
What was cool, and I was talking to a few of the workers and trainers and whatnot. Like there was very clearly like an athletic vibe to the gym. Yep. The equipment they had, and just the people that were in there. When we were in there was a few big league baseball players in there. 2 of them, a pitcher that used to play for the Cardinals or pitch for the Cardinals. And a guy, he's on the Phillies, Matt Vierling. So Trevor Rosenthal was the pitcher. I don't know why I didn't say his name there. But Trevor Rosenthal, and then Matt Vierling, who I believe went to CBC. He played a handful of games for the Phillies this year in the big leagues. It was like around 30 or 40 games.
You know what's crazy is you texted me and told me that you didn't tell me there was baseball players, and I was like, Wirtz, I don't think I'd recognize him, dog. I'm gonna be honest, because you're the only person that got me into baseball in the last my entire life. The only reason I started watching baseball is literally just because of you. Yeah, so I was like, I don't think I'd recognize him. I didn't want to say that to you, but I was like, man, that's probably the truth. Yeah,
it was cool. It was cool to see them. We didn't bother them, they didn't bother us. We were next to them and whatnot.
Nice.
But they were just getting the work in, with their trainers, and we were getting the work in.
They do also have an MLS draft pick just recently, number 18 overall for Orlando City. I forgot his name, but he works there / trains there.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah. So really cool there too. But again, you're right, athletic vibe.
Yeah.
For you, those of you looking for gyms in the St. Louis area, House of Pain, Chesterfield, Dorset, whichever one you're closer to usually. Those are 2 amazing ones, and then this Lyft STL is what we're talking about as well. Cool. I think they're eventually expanding to Lyft KC.
Oh,
so
awesome.
Kansas City, supposedly that's what they've been saying. Cool. But
and hopefully you and I, and hopefully Peyton too, will all be trying to output performance too, because it also sounds like a great place, and we got a couple connections hopefully getting us in there soon. So we're definitely looking forward to that too. If you guys have gone to Output, let us know what you thought about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Or Lyft or House of Pain, or if you have other gyms that we haven't talked about and you're like, hey, you guys need to check this place out.
Please.
Let us know, please. Which reminds me, guys, please submit some questions to us for our Q&A segments.
Yep.
Go through our Extrication DMs, go through our Facebook DMs or Facebook Messenger or whatever it would be, and then email us extricationfitness@gmail.com. So submit questions to us. And then once we get kind of a bank built up of those, we're going to start doing a short Q&A session at the end of the episodes to kind of get more interactive with you guys, to the camera there and to the microphone here. But anyway, submit the questions to us, please.
Very excited for that part. Very excited for that. Yeah.
Yes.
We want to dive right in?
Yeah, so we're going to start. This is going to be part 1 of, we're thinking 3 parts, but it may actually be expanded into more than that. But 3-part episode here. Part 1 here, the whole thing we're going to be covering supplements. It's a big topic in the fitness world. Everyone wants to know, what do people use? Are they needed? Are they worth it? different brands to go to, different brands to maybe avoid, different ingredients to look for, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to talk about supplementation over this next 3-part episode. And today we wanted to do just kind of a basic overview of what are supplements, what does the word supplement mean? What are those? And why do people use them? Those are kind of the 2 big ideas we wanted to talk about today. And then you guys will get to find out what part 2 and part 3 are going to be about. I think you're going to be excited about those, and you're going to be interested as well.
Yep.
But anyway, those are kind of the 2 big ideas we want to talk about today.
Yep. Diving right into that first question, the what are supplements? Mm-hmm. Number 1, they are not steroids.
Yeah.
So again, that's getting a little bit less of a common thought process. Right. But I think the older, now again, I wasn't in the older fitness generation, whatever you want to call it, but I think a lot of stigmatizing with that, just because of the fact that there's a lot of things that aren't regulated in the supplement industry and stuff like that. Right. It's getting more regulated now, which is, I think, a good thing, because that means the ingredients are clean, etc.
Exactly. Mostly just how they make them.
Exactly. Yes. Like
obviously the ingredients,
cold filtered process.
Right.
But what's huge about that is that, to make the point about supplements are not steroids. I know it's funny. It's a funny thought, but a lot of the times what people think is that you're going to walk into a big store, supplement store, whether it's GNC, supplement superstores, that type of stuff, whatever, that they're going to be bombarded and be told to, put a needle in their glute or something like that, and all of a sudden they're going to get huge or something like that. That's not the goal what supplements are, people.
If you're at a legitimate store, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
If you're going to some back alley, dude, that doesn't have a sign, I can't promise you what's going to happen.
We can't guarantee anything at that point in time at all. Man, that was an image. That was a good image.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know if it was good, but it was an image to say.
Yeah, I don't know why I said it was good. That was really questionable. So what are supplements basically is the entire definition is in the name, and it's literally supplementing part of your diet. If you're missing something, whatever it is, it's some form of macro like the carbs, fats, and protein, as we talked about, whether you're supplementing that, whatever it is, that is the entire idea and point of supplementation. Right. It's not supposed to turn you into some kind of genetic freak or something like that. It is just supposed to make your health better, along with your other good habits you have.
Exactly. And basically what he's alluding to, guys, is it's not, or they are not supposed to replace anything in your diet. It supplements your diet. It helps you get those nutrients, macro or micro, that maybe you're not getting through your diet. And the great thing about more current supplements and brands that are becoming more and more popular, they have things for all different types of diets. So if you're vegan, vegetarian, there's options for you to
plant-based
protein. Plant-based, yes. All of that. If you're not vegan or vegetarian, you eat meat and all that kind of stuff, you have animal protein, So that's the good thing too, is it almost, regardless of what your normal diet looks like, your whole food diet looks like, there is supplementation available to you.
Yeah.
And it is important. It's not make or break if you use supplements or if you don't, but I can pretty much guarantee that you are lacking and you need
in some form,
Exactly.
Especially micro.
Especially micro. Yeah. Those are your vitamins and minerals, guys, your fish oils, all that kind of stuff. Even we lack in those.
Vitamin D's, vitamin A.
Especially during the winter.
Definitely.
The sun's not out as much, or it's cold, so you're not outside.
Unless you live in, the South.
Yeah, right.
Basically, Arizona.
Obviously here in St. Louis.
Yeah, we have to run into a little bit more cloudy days. Yeah, and it is what it is. Same thing as if you lived in Seattle. Same concept.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same concept as you lived in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. It's, cold, snowy a lot of times there. Right. Same thing if you live in the Northeast. But probably what we want to establish right off the bat is the fact that before you even have a conversation with yourself about supplementation, you need to be talking about and looking into, what's it called? You need to be talking about and looking into, one, make sure your macros are solid. Right. Your diet's solid, clean, etc. Your micros are solid, hopefully in a good level. Again, we can talk about that too.
Which is just as important.
Yes.
The micronutrients are so forgotten about.
Under talked about, a lot of times in these days,
The Flintstone gummy that your mom made you eat when you were a little kid, it's more important than what you think.
Exactly.
As an adult, you're probably not taking Flintstone gummies. Honestly, it took me 20 years to be able to swallow pills, but just swallow the pills, swallow the vitamin.
I guess I was part of the reason you were able to, right? Or no? Or did you? Because I remember when it was the one of the other supplements we're taking. I think it was I remember you like having to like chug water to get that thing down.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, yeah. Luckily by then I had kind of like gotten over the fear of swallowing. I don't even know why. Like it turned into this big ordeal every time. Like if I was sick or something, and I would have to take like a tablet or
NyQuil or whatever. Yeah,
it turned into a big ordeal with me and my parents and just us getting so upset with each other. It's so funny.
Oh man.
Anyway, back to the micronutrients.
Sure.
Get the vitamins in.
Yep.
And there's really good products available for that.
Well, yeah, because that's the biggest thing is, again, you want to have your macros, your macros set. You want to have, just in general, a very clean and good diet. Again, you can ask us questions about what that looks like. You can ask other people questions. You can look it up, whatever. But you need to have a good, solid diet. You need to be at a good position there. And then also, along with that, to give yourself a good base too, you need to have a good performance base. And that includes with exercise. Especially if you're an athlete, you need to. If you're just sitting on the couch and expecting to get results by just taking a supplement, ain't gonna happen, bro.
No.
Like, sorry, dog. Like, it's just not it. So to give yourself that performance edge, you need to be able to have your exercise at a pretty good level. Right. At a pretty good level already. Again, if you are in that trained population, this is probably who we're talking to.
Right.
There is one supplement, again, we'll talk about that later, one supplement that you can probably have if you're in the untrained population.
Right. But for those in the untrained population, so for anyone who doesn't know what we're referencing, episode 5, part 1 and 2, untrained, trained populations. But anyone in the untrained population, what he's kind of saying here too is just focus on getting moving. Focus on the exercise. Focus on being consistent with a good, cleaner diet.
Yep.
Focus on being consistent, getting to the gym, getting with your trainer if you choose to hire one, with the exercise. Be consistent with those things, then we'll start looking at supplements. We'll start looking at different products, all that kind of stuff. But if you're just beginning a journey, there's no reason to go straight to that and think you're going to reach your goals without doing the work, because you're going to have to put the work in.
Yep.
Every single
100%.
day. If you're someone that needs to lose a lot of weight, we're talking someone that, maybe needs to lose 50, 60, 70, 100 or more pounds, like, that's what it takes.
Supplements aren't really your place to look at that point in time.
Not.
Yeah.
There's no...
Until you have your base.
Right. You can try to get all the fat burners and all the stuff you see on TV, the cheap stuff you see on TV.
Yeah, Walmart and all that good stuff, yeah.
It's not going to work for you. It's not going to do its job because you got to make those changes.
You're not putting in the work.
Exactly.
Because again, that's another thing about supplementation too, that we can, what are supplements and whatnot? You have to be doing the work for them to work with you.
Exactly.
You can't just step in and expect this thing to supplement your diet, but you're not also supplementing your work.
Right.
You're not getting after it. You're not getting that good diet in. That's a big establishment point there, guys. And
right.
I mean, again, it's just difficult because, again, marketing is a big thing.
Yeah.
Marketing is a big thing when it comes to supplement industry,
yeah.
which is also very difficult to understand too, is because a lot of times on social media, especially as well, not just the TV, not just with the Walmart products on TV.
Maybe it's more social media now.
You see from your favorite fitness influencer that has the 8-pack or whatever and stuff like that. Again, like, he looks good for him for working his ass off, but what he doesn't tell you.
But what did you just say?
There you go. There you go. Exactly. Right. What he doesn't tell you is that he worked his ass off.
Right.
Or he's on a different type of supplement.
Well, right. But more than likely.
Yeah.
And it's guys and girls too for that.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, my goodness, they are putting the work in, and that is where that physique
goes. Those influencers work their ass off. I mean, you can tell in their training videos like that. It's not like they just sit around in the gym. You don't get a physique like that with just sitting on your ass. No matter what you're taking.
Genetics is not doing that for you.
Exactly, yeah.
Alone.
Unless you're like literally like 1 in literally 7 billion.
Yeah.
Like one person on earth that does that. That's it. And you guys aren't.
Yeah,
Sorry to tell you.
We aren't.
Yeah, we aren't. You aren't. Yeah. So do not do that. So that's the thing, is that on social media, TV, you're going to see all this, what I like to consider propaganda a lot of times, and just forcing what they trust down your throat. And the thing is, you gotta tone it back real quick and be like, hey, what did I hear on the Untapped podcast? What did I hear from other fitness influencers who I trust and stuff like that? That says good, clean diet, hard work.
Right.
There's your base. Before we even get into the fact that supplementation is needed.
Exactly.
So.
And that kind of covers both of our points, honestly.
Yes.
We kind of talked about why people use them.
Yep.
And it's to supplement your diet.
Yep.
And that's the kind of thing. So, but it all comes back to, you have to put the work in. You have to be willing to put the work in.
Yep.
So, you can see all your favorite influencers, your favorite people on Instagram and social media and on TV or whoever, or even on maybe you follow a video workout thing. There's tons of those like P90X, that kind of thing.
Yep. Good option.
You see those people, and the first thing that people want to do is, what supplements do you take? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, bro.
If they're a good trainer or a good influencer or they legitimately care about getting you results, they should say, it doesn't matter. You need to put the work in first.
Start here first.
Right.
Then we'll have the conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what bothers me too, is that it's so toxic in a lot of ways when it comes to supplementation, stuff like that. Because again, you're right, because it gives and allows, again, there's a point where you have to take personal responsibility for yourself and be like, I'm not getting my shit done.
Right.
That's the truth.
So all these supplements, they're not going to do anything for you.
If you're not putting in work, that is what it is.
You're literally just wasting money. Like you're just swallowing dollar bills.
Yep.
Like literally.
Yep.
That's what's happening.
If you are sitting on your ass and doing nothing, there is not a goddamn thing in this world that is going to change anything for you.
Right.
That's it. That's what it comes down to. And the thing is, I get the whole basically industrial complex of the fitness industry and whatnot, and how it looks as if, this one thing can change your life.
Right.
Take a step back and be realistic for a second. You know what I mean? Like, I get being pulled into it a lot of the times and whatnot, and I get like, man, this totally would work. It looks really glamorous. It's cool because these guys are ripped, or these girls are ripped and stuff like that. Take a step back for a second and be like, there's no way.
It's not the supplements.
Yeah, because this whole idea that because he took a fat burner, he is in turn 6% body fat and has 130 pounds of lean body mass. No, sorry, skeletal muscle mass, not even lean body mass, because again, that's probably higher than that. But and somehow you fall into this trap and believe it. That's a huge issue.
Yep.
You've got to stop for a second and be like, what the hell am I doing? Because it's obvious that not just a fat burner turned him into this beast.
Right, but that's the problem with the marketing of it, is they try to make it look like that.
Right.
So that's when you got to use your brain, use your smarts, and use logic, and be like, okay, that's probably not going to work. It could work for me, but I got to still put the work in.
Yep. Again, this comes down to us caring about you guys again too. That's the thing. Right. It comes down to us caring about you guys.
And we don't want you to waste money.
Yeah.
Either.
We don't want you to piss money down the drain just because you want to look like somebody. That's
exactly.
it. We want you to be healthy. And that literally just comes, again, good, clean diet. We're not going to be along this line of somehow we're going to tell you that this supplement's going to change your life or something like that. Right. It could be needed. Well, again, we'll talk about that later too. It could be needed. There are needs for them, for sure.
Solutions.
For sure.
Those needs, absolutely. 100%.
But we're never going to
try to push something on
again,
you.
I mean, we're not going to try to get a bag out of it just because we think,
right.
Oh man, it's frustrating.
Exactly right.
It's that's why I'm so fired up, because it's very frustrating because, even trainers that I know and fall into the trap.
Right, and it's their first instinct is to tell you what to go buy.
Yeah,
it's dude, if you're a good enough trainer, you can be hey, these things could help once we're down the road a little bit. Right now, focus on the exercise. Focus on these are the things we need to be doing at home. Getting a cleaner diet.
Break it down.
Yeah.
Break it down. That's where I'm at. But guys, break it down for us.
That's going to be part one. Kind of just that's what supplements are. Something to supplement your diet, not to replace anything, not to change your diet. Supplement something that might be lacking in your diet through your whole foods and all that stuff. Because whole foods is always going to be the first choice anyway. But most people are going to be lacking in something. So that's kind of what supplements are, and people use them for that reason. They recognize, in the wintertime, I don't get vitamin D, vitamin C. So here's a supplement that can help with that.
Yep.
Okay? So people use them to supplement their diet. People
Correct.
who use them correctly are, 1, putting in the work, 2, have a clean, good diet, and 3, understand that they're lacking in something. Maybe they have an issue that they're dealing with, and they understand what to use and why they're using it, and that they're not wasting money. That's why people use them. That's part 1, guys. Again, go check out episode 5, part 1 and 2 for the trained and untrained populations. Guys, those are 2 really good parts of the episode to kind of get some baseline points on the exercise side of things. If you're new to it, or if you're someone that's been in it for a while, go back and listen to those. You're going to have a few more parts coming out to this episode, more on supplements, but that's going to be part 1. You got anything else, big man?
I got a little something to close us out.
Yeah.
Don't trust the marketing, trust the work. That's what it comes down to.
100%.
Yep.
Peace and love, guys.
Peace.